Yo, I could be.
Whisper song on candy skies, Melissa, her hips, her kisses, her dimples. She had one of them.
Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you think I'm sorry about that. If you think I should honestly make an intro with myself singing, just let me know. You know, a few of you have heard my vocals. Like, I'm quite vocally strong. I'm quite up there, you know. Abo Beyonce's, abo what's. So if you think I should make an intro song and change the intro that I have now, okay, let me relax. I need to chill. I don't know why I'm so excited, but anywho, welcome to my channel. If you're new, subscribe. Please subscribe and join the crew, and if you're back, welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited, and I think I know why. It's because I am starting my very first episode of Tea Talks with Mal. Is going to be spilling the tea, all of the tea, if you know what I mean. So today's episode is the first episode of my relationship series. If you literally have no clue what I am talking about, that means you haven't watched the previous video. So I'm just gonna give you a second. You can go watch the previous video, and then when you're done, then you can come back to this one. But for the rest of y'all who've watched it, let's continue. So basically, I decided I'm gonna do like a relationship series for my first set of videos for the TikToks, and I'm really excited for this series. I feel like this is gonna be so much fun. Like, I really love talking about relationships. It's one of my favorite topics. So yeah, like, I hope you guys learned something. I hope to learn some things too from you guys when you guys ask me questions or have discussions with me. But yeah, for the first video I'm gonna be by myself. Yeah, I've got a few features coming up, a few, you know, collabs coming up, so I'm really excited for that. I hope you guys will be, you know, keep your eyes peeled to see the collabs. They're coming very soon. But yeah, for my first video I thought about talking about one thing that I feel is literally the foundation of all relationships, and I feel like, you know, when you're gonna start something, you start from the foundation up. So I'm gonna talk about communication. Yes, communication. Honestly, I think communication is such an important aspect of all relationships, not just romantic relationships. And also, like, I'm just gonna let you guys know, in my previous video I spoke about that when I mention relationships, I'm not just strictly speaking about romantic relationships. Like, there are many different kinds of relationships. You get romantic, non-romantic, such as friendships, business partners, acquaintances, enemies, relationship with your higher being. For me, it's God. So there's different types of relationships that are out there. So yeah, so when I'm speaking about communication being the foundation of a relationship, I literally mean all relationships. For example, with me, because I'm Christian, me praying to God is the way that I communicate with God, and that's my foundation. That literally forms the foundation of my relationship with God. Same with relationships, like romantic relationships. Imagine being in a household or being married to someone and not speaking to them. That's just mad. That's crazy. Every day, like, walking in and out the house and not uttering a word. I can't even comprehend that. That is mad, I tell you. That is crazy. But yeah, basically relationships are literally built off of communication, right? Communication is the core. I like to think of the C in communication as core, because communication literally forms the core of relationships. And literally, when I'm speaking about communication, I'm talking all forms. Like, you get verbal and you get non-verbal communication, which is like your body language, which people tend to ignore. But I feel like body language really communicates a lot to someone. You could read so much off of someone's body language without you even realizing it. You know, so the way someone approaches me, if they approach me in a way like, what's up, I mean, what's up, then I know, this person trying to fight. You know, if someone's on some, hey Miles, can I, then I know this person wants something. You know, body language, the way you approach, the way, these are all indicators of communication. But yeah, I feel like it's so important for us to find our niche, the way that we communicate, because that will be so important, especially for long distance relationships. So like right now we're in lockdown, and I get the sense that a lot of relationships are breaking because people aren't finding an effective way to communicate with their partner, and that is affecting their relationship so much. And with lockdown being a thing right now, you need to communicate, because that's the only connection that you have with your partner, essentially, because you're not around them. It's not like you can just like hug them, say hi to them, whatever it is that you guys do when you're around each other. It's not like you can do that. So literally all you can do is speak on the phone, video call, chat via text, or whatever it may be. And speaking about communication as well, especially with long distance couples and everything, there's this one thing that really bothers me. Like, I've heard so many people constantly saying,
I wasn't really able to talk to you because I was busy the whole day and blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, what? So you're trying to tell me that you have 24 hours in a day. You probably sleep for like about 6 to 8 of them, and in that spare time you literally, you're so busy that you didn't even have not even 1 minute to say hi, I'm busy today because of ABCD, or whatever it may be. I am so against people using the excuse I was too busy to talk to you. I do not believe in that excuse. That is not a thing. For me, it actually baffles me that there are actually people out there, there are couples out there that can go 1 day, 2 days, 3, a week without talking to each other. And I'm just like, how, Sway? How? Balance me. Explain to me how it works. Like, that you can actually sleep at night. No, you did not even say hi. A text, please call me, a hero, a baby, and that. You didn't even, like, that for me, ooh, Miguel, that actually, like, it irks my soul. Because the thing for me is like, it's communication, guys. I can't stress it enough. Communication is so important. A lot of relationships are breaking because there's a lot of lack of communication. Your relationship with your partner, with your parents, with your friends, with God is breaking because you're not communicating, and you're not communicating effectively, and you're not communicating daily. Find time to communicate, regardless of what's going on in your life, regardless of what you did that day. For me, I know that if I was very busy that day, before I sleep, before I get into my blankets, before I'm about to close my eyes, just grab my cellular there.
Hello?
Hi. Hey, I hope you're good. Just wanted to let you know today was a busy day. I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What did you do? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired right now. So is it cool if I speak to you tomorrow? Just wanted to check up on you. Hope you're okay. Bye. Simple. It's that simple. It's so easy, guys. It is so easy. I just gave you the formula for all relationships. That is how easy it is. But people tend to complicate it. People tend to make it seem like it's so difficult. And the thing is also, lack of communication, what people don't realize, forms conflict. It results in conflict. And conflict in a relationship, guys, I'm about to eat some biscuits. Don't judge me, but I'm eating biscuits and peanut butter because ooh, I love the combo. Mari biscuits and peanut butter, like this, bro. You dip it in like a sauce, like a little sauce, you know, and you just Sorry. Oh, I just slapped. So yeah, so as I was saying, lack of communication essentially causes conflicts. People, and this is not something that I'm just bringing up from the top of my head. This is actually like facts. I remember reading it when I was doing an assignment off of Google Scholar. You know, it's on Google Scholar. It's you know, official. It's a thing. It's, yeah. So lack of communication leads to conflict, and conflict is another thing that people tend to find very difficult to deal with in a relationship, because everyone deals with conflict differently, and that's a fact. For example, with me, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like to be like, when I'm mad, I say, listen here, you made me upset, I want to know what's your story, what was the reason, what was the reason? I just you to come to me like no, you'll never catch me doing that. But I'm the type of person that if I'm upset, I'm upset, you know. And when I'm upset, I want to be left alone for a good like few minutes, an hour or so. Let me just absorb, process why I'm upset, because sometimes I don't like to be upset like irrationally, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I need to process why I'm upset and see if it's valid enough, and if it's not valid, then I will let it go. If it's valid, then I need to deal with it. And I need to also, because when you want to like resolve the conflict with me and you ask me why you're mad, and then I don't know why I'm mad, then I look dumb. I don't like that. So I like to be left alone to think about everything, why I'm upset, why is it affecting me so much. And once I've gotten that, then I'm like, okay, let me discuss, let's talk. So for me, I realized that if I'm upset and you come and you try to deal with the situation, you're just adding fuel to fire. Then it's then crazy Melissa comes out, because there's a crazy Melissa. There's definitely a crazy Melissa, and I don't like that. I don't like fighting. I don't like being confrontational. So I like to calm down, and once I'm like calm, then we can talk. And one thing that I've noticed in a lot of relationships is that a lot of people go to bed upset. A lot of people let their problems sleep with them, and that is a huge no. That is a big problem. One thing that I always stand by is never let the sun go down when you still have grievances, still have hate, whatever it may be. It's actually biblical. It's even in the Bible. I'll put the scripture right here. It literally says, do not let the sun set, you know, without you basically dealing with your problems, which is something that I had to learn the hard way, because I used to be like, if I'm upset with you, block you, mind you. Okay, I don't block people, but like blue tick, don't text, switch your phone, leave it, and then I'll sleep upset. My heart is aching and my chest is sore and I'm just upset, and I leave it like that. But I realized that it's actually so bad for you to sleep with that. It is not healthy, it is not good. And I feel like one thing that people can take away from this video is that if you are in a relationship and you have an issue with your partner or the person that you're in a relationship with, do not let that issue go to bed like that. Don't let, honestly, there's so many situations that could have been dealt with accordingly if you just had spoken about it and deal with it. And also try to figure out what your partner is like, how your partner likes to deal with conflict resolution. My battery's gonna die. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my battery died and was 10, so I have to continue from where I left off. I hope I remember, but I remember I was talking about conflict, yeah. So basically, find out the way that your partner deals with conflict resolution, because as I said, for me, I like to be left alone. Once I've kind of processed what I'm trying to do, then after that, like, let's speak. And everyone could be different. The things, I'm not going to say that's the formula for all relationships, because maybe someone else wants you to be all up in their space. But I honestly feel like let the situation kind of like die down, because when you speak to someone when you're hot-headed, ooh, the pits, the ghetto. I know from experience, for me it's not healthy, but other people might prefer it that way, so let me not impose. But I say let it die down first. So yeah, firm believer of do not go to bed upset. Don't. If you can take anything from this video, it is that communicate your feelings, communicate what is upsetting you, communicate why you felt the certain way that you felt, how you're going to deal with it. And also, one thing that people tend to do a lot that really annoys me is that when they have an argument, sometimes people deal with the arguments with the mindset of like, I just want to deal with it because I don't want to fight no more. Never. When I say never, I say guys, don't do that. Don't. It does not work. It will not work. It shall not work.
This will work, will not work. No, it will work. You will not work. Simple.
Don't do it. Do not solve issues for the sake of just not wanting to fight. You solve issues for the sake of solving the issues. For me, when I deal with the situation, the reason why I process is because I know that once I've dealt with it, it's done, it's buried. I do not want to talk about it. I don't want to experience it again. I've expressed to you how I felt, therefore I want you to know that if you do it again, I've expressed to you, so why did you do it again type of vibe. But some people just like to
Sorry babe, sorry Kim, sorry, okay, love you, bye, done.
Kiss and makeup. No, guys, I promise you, that method that people tend to use, it does not work.
Will not work.
Sweeping things under the carpet is so dangerous, because what happens is when that pile starts heaping and heaping up and it becomes so high, you're gonna trip over that pile under the carpet and it's gonna hurt you in the future and you're gonna regret your decisions. Never let things be pushed under the carpet for the sake of dealing or loving each other. No, deal with it. Deal with the situation with the mindset of like, once this is dealt with, let's move on. I never want to encounter this again. Because if you ignore it, it's going to haunt you in your future, and you're going to think about your past mistakes and you're going to wonder why you never spoke or communicated your feelings back then. Because it happens a lot in relationships. People will be like, for example, with like a guy or something, a guy will be like,
oh, you know, I'm okay with you doing this, I'm okay with you doing this, babe.
And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Meanwhile, he's not okay, right? You fight once, right, about that thing he's not okay with, and then you ask him, is it an issue?
And he's like, no, it's fine.
Then years down the line, about 25 years later, he's like,
you know what, I'm sick and tired of you doing this and you doing that. And
you're just like, Mara, I thought you were okay with it.
And he's like, no, I just acted like I was okay with it because I wanted us to be civil.
That, guys, is not conflict resolution. It is not. It is called ignoring. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is bad and it is dumb. Don't do it. Deal with the intentions of burying and leaving. Don't deal with the intentions of ignoring the issue. Two different things. Two completely different things. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is love languages. So yeah, so love languages is something that I had discovered about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And honestly, it has changed my life. So language obviously is a form of communication, and being in love, you need communication for love. And there's something called love languages. If you do not know about it, today's your lucky day. Now you know. I am telling you about it. Do some research on it. But basically, if I can do like a quick briefing of it, there are 5 different types of love languages. You get gift receiving, you get words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, and quality time. So those are the 5 ways that you can communicate in a relationship. So one thing that I have noticed in a relationship is that sometimes people will do something for their partner and it is not received well, and that also causes like conflict or like issues and stuff. So for example, me, I've learned that my love language, I have 2 love languages, like they're literally neck and neck. It's physical touch and quality time. So for me, those 2 things, when those 2 things are being done, I feel the most loved. Things like gift receiving, and people buy me gifts, I don't really like. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die because I got gifts. I really don't care much for gifts. It says I like when people spend time with me, right? So for example, if someone is with me and they don't understand that my love language isn't gift receiving, but it is quality time and physical touch, they will constantly buy me gifts thinking that they're showing me love, and when I don't react or respond in the way that they want me to respond, they're gonna get upset and think that I am just like ungrateful, when actually I don't care much for gifts like that. You know, some people they love being showered with gifts, and that's when they feel most loved. Other people like words of affirmation, being told, babe, you're doing great, you're doing amazing, you look amazing, you are a star, you're gonna be great one day. People have different ways of communicating in love, and I feel like one way that you could help your relationship so much is figuring out what your partner's love language is. So what I like to do a lot is I like to do the love languages quiz. So for example, if you're in a relationship right now, or you're dating, or you're married, or whatever it may be, go and take this quiz. I'll put the link in the description. Take the quiz and figure out what your love language is. I promise you, knowing your love language will help the way that you are communicating in your relationship so much better. It will save so much drama, so much stress, so much like conflict, just because the thing is, it's so important for you to understand your partner, like understand, and through this love languages quiz you can understand your partner, and you'll be able to communicate with them in an effective way, because that's so crucial, you know. Communicating needs to be done effectively for it to be done right, you know. So yeah, I think I should do like a video explaining this more in depth, because I really I'm obsessed with love languages. Honestly guys, I cannot stress how much this thing has changed my life. It really has, and I wish everyone could know about it. But if you haven't ever done a test or whatever, please go to the link in my description, take the quiz, figure out your love language, figure out your partner's love language, and apply everything, the information that they give you about those specific love language types, and just see the way it's going to change your relationship. Promise you, it is the key, the gold. I just gave you a secret for free. You're welcome. I'm whiling a lot right now, but anyway, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was the first episode of Tea Talks with Ma, and I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you guys are challenged by the video, as well as also just, you know, I hope it was informative enough. But yeah, so stay tuned for the next episode that I'll be dropping in 2 weeks time. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, so keep your eyes peeled, and also keep your eyes open for the collabs, guys. Many collabs are coming soon. I'm not gonna say too much though. I'm not gonna say too much, but we're gonna have some young collabs on the channel very soon, so stay tuned for Tea Talks with Mel, where we spill the tea, all the tea, if you know what I mean.